I'm just going to be 1,000% honest. If I were 22 today, I would not be dating black men at all, unless they were older. They'd have to be real old. Because they're too feminine these days for me. I like masculine, go get them, I'm going to pay for that baby type men, okay? Where you want to go on vacation type men. That's what I like. If I was 22 today, I wouldn't date black men. I'm sorry. Y'all take too long to get y'all stuff together. Y'all want us to pay half the bills and sleep with you? No, can't do that. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm not saying that other men are better than you. I'm just saying they're more ambitious than you. Yes, you can play basketball and football really good. You dominate the rap game. But the average non-famous black man has less ambition. I like ambition. Ambition leads to success. Oh, sorry. Others have a financial head start. They are not more ambitious. That's not really true. You can't use that as an excuse. If you're ambitious, you don't need a head start. If you good, you don't need a head start. Seriously, my husband didn't have no head start. He's black. He came from a family of 10 in the country. He didn't have no head start. So what's your excuse? You come up with every excuse instead of every solution. That's your problem. You're going to sit here and say, oh, this, oh, that. You're going to come up with 10 excuses before you come up with half a solution. That's why you stuck. That's why women make more money than you. That's why you are stuck. Okay? And that's just the honest truth. Everybody sees that. Everyone. Except y'all.
I would never want my daughter to date a black man due to the fact that they have this weird obsession with humbling black women instead of putting them in positions to be humble. And then due to the fact that a significant amount of them just genuinely don't like black women, and I don't understand why they don't accept that. And then in addition to all of that to deal with, I understand and I recognize and I'm able to acknowledge the fact that when black women date outside of their race, they're typically treated way better from my experience and from what I've saw in life. They typically don't have problems with other women. They're typically well taken care of. They're typically well provided for. And that is the life that I want for my daughter if I was to ever have one. But that's just me.
I'm aware that I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I am so effing tired of the amount of emotional labor that comes with dating black men. I am so tired of the lack of commitment, the lack of support, the lack of encouragement, the lack of money. Like, I don't know what to do from this point on, but I can tell you one thing. My interest in dating another black man is like 1% at this point. They want us to be ride or dies until they get their shit together. And then they don't want to support us in return. They don't want to commit to us. They don't want to marry us. But then they want all the benefits of being a husband without actually proposing to us. I need someone who's intentional in every single aspect.
I only date white men. I don't like black men because of some reason. The white men are straightforward with love. If he doesn't like you, he will tell you he doesn't like you. If he's just using you, at least from day one, you know he's using you. And you go for it knowing that you're going for what you know. But a black man, he will want to use you, but he won't tell you directly. He'll first use you, then later, he'll tell you by actions. He won't even say it. He won't reply your messages. He'll just ghost you.
And how many times have you been ghosted by a black man?
Since I've grown up from here, Uganda, obviously from high school, I'm Ugandan. If I say I don't date black men, it doesn't mean that I don't like, I'm a racist. It simply means I'm not interested.
Preference.
Yeah. My first man was a black man. I've tested left and right and prefer right.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today let's talk about what is currently trending on social media. The trend of women saying that they do not want to date black men again. Black men used to be one of the most desirable men in the world. Pop culture and international sports marketed black men in a very special way. Being that black men have good builds, a lot of women gravitate to them, leading to this hidden competition between black women and women of other race who have interest in black men. But currently, a lot of women, including black women and women of other race who used to have interest in them, are saying they don't want to date black men anymore, that they prefer to date white men or Asian men or men of other race over black men. This is because a lot of people who have dated black men, or most people who date black men, never come out with good news. Loving some black men often lead to struggle, love, heartbreak, countless cheating, domestic violence, and most times you coming out of the relationship being a baby mama or baby mama of many children. This also happened to non-black women that go after black men. A lot of non-black women, especially white women that have dated black men, often go online to tell their terrible experience dating black men, and a lot of them currently are baby mamas or baby mama of many children, tends to falling in love with black men. So these are the reasons why a lot of women in 2025 are saying that they are not dating black men again. The dating pool for black men is getting smaller. I feel like that is also the reason why gay is increasing among black men. But guys, in this video we are going to watch a lot of people give you the reason why they do not want to date black men. Then at the end of the video I will give you my own personal opinion. So let's go.
So I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American.
100% to everything that she said. Anytime I come across in conversation with a black woman who talks about dating and the struggle of it, I love to recommend this podcast episode from Lovers and Friends with Shambudram, episode 58. If you're single, you have to listen to this, featuring Glow Atanmo. Glow was a black woman who she left her corporate American job and she started traveling as an entrepreneur to build her business internationally. And along with her journey to build her business, she was also dating. And she explains that for the first time in her life as a black American woman, that non-American, non-black men, I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much summarizing what the episode is about, that she got treated with the most amount of love she had ever received, with the most amount of being seen as an autonomous human being who falls into the category of being a black woman. And she shares that this one, I believe it was in Europe. It was a European man, palm-colored, and when they were dating, he ends up telling her that he can't be with her because he's not on her level. He says to her that he doesn't deserve her. And she talks about how those words coming out of a man's mouth, which she had never heard before, she had never heard that before. And as I was listening to this, I was like, this sounds like such a healing experience to be able to speak with a man and date him. And he does not have ulterior motives. He actually looks at you and considers your happiness, considers how he would affect your life and making a decision centered around you and not around his own selfishness. The idea of being race loyal when it comes to dating is foolish. It's outdated. It doesn't serve you. You only have one life. You are the person that will have to experience and live with the decisions that you make. So stop forcing and binding yourself to racial rhetoric. That racial rhetoric that was never meant to center your happiness, was never meant to prioritize your well-being. I mean, it says it right there in the description. She dated 12 quality men. And I believe right now she is with a white European man who does it for her. And I'll end with saying in the beginning of the episode, she talks about when she finally stopped prioritizing race, because she said that she found this 6'4", dark chocolate, 6-figure black man in America. And she was going to date him and eventually marry him and have his children. Excuse me. Let me back up. She's going to date him and marry him. And she was going to give up her boundary of how she does not want to be a mom. She doesn't want to give birth. And she says that she was willing to pop out some kids for him because it meant that she would get her black man who, aesthetically pleasing the way she wants, and he makes 6 figures. She was willing to compromise her body just to be with him and say that she was with a black man. And she came to the conclusion that no, this isn't worth it to become a mother just to say that she's with a black man. And she started loving herself and prioritizing herself. So please listen to this episode if you are a black American woman. I'm hoping that this is healing for you to hear out of the mouth of another fellow black American woman who changed her, the area that she was in, and was able to experience consideration and love and care from men when she had never experienced that in America.
I feel like I'm gonna ruffle a couple of feathers when I say this, but I'm no longer interested in dating black men. Like, I love my black kings, I love y'all so bad, but the quality of love that I'm looking for, y'all just don't give. And I'm sorry, but I'm just on to the next. Like, I've dated outside my race before, and every time I dated outside my race, they treat me like a motherfucking queen, bitch. They kiss the motherfucking ground I walk on, and that's the type of energy I need from, like, baby, I'm sorry, I just can't go back to struggle love, and I refuse to. So I've told my friends about this too.
I was trying to break down to my mom how crazy it is that there's a chance that I won't end up with a black man. And she like, no, you should just date whoever. Don't be just saying that you gonna date outside your race and that's it. I'm not saying that's it. If a Michael B. Jordan, if a fine Trevante Rose come to me, I'm gonna step up and be the woman I need to be with him. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm explaining to my mom, I'm like, the things I find interesting, the places that I'm in, there's not a lot of black men there. It may be black women, but black men don't do that stuff. And I'm not about to go to a place that I specifically know, because we're not doing all that. Because then that to me is, we're not occupying the same place. We don't have the same interests. Why would this work out? In the last 4 years, there have been 3 black men that I've seen frequently that could have been a candidate. 3. That doesn't mean that I find them attractive and they find me attractive. But out of the think about that, 3 in the last 4 years, and every year it gets slimmer. Because this year, I haven't seen nothing. And I know it's a new year. But as somebody, I'm not even living in a place that is like, you don't see anybody. It's a rural Chicago. And before you're like, there's a lot of black men. Look at me. Think about who I would date. I have my bachelor's and my master's. Think about who I would date. Look at all of me. Look at me. Don't look at the mess. Look at how I'm dressing. Look at me. I'm like, do you think I'm gonna be with somebody who is hood? No. If he think calling me Michelle Obama is a compliment, cause you just look so smart, I don't want it. He's not my Barack. Me and that don't mix. That just... So once you take all the hood men out of the equation, I don't know what that hump was. What am I to do, love? Because there are not... I like my man in a suit. I like my man with a fresh haircut. The men y'all are saying that I need to be with thinks that's corny. And don't get me wrong, hood men can be fine. Beautiful works of art. Some of the time, but I don't want a scammer lifestyle. I didn't get 2 degrees to get out of the hood to go back to it. I don't want to be somebody's baby mama. I want to be, I don't want that for myself. That's not what I want.
The only reason why I never dated a black American man was only because of the way they treat their own women. I do not understand and can't register why, in order for you to attract other women, you have to bring down black American women. When I first came in this country, I was talking to this guy. This guy literally felt like it was a good idea for him to sit in my living room for hours to talk trash bad about his own women. I was like, what? Are you talking bad about your mom? Because isn't your mom a black American woman? So you're telling me that black American women are hoes. Is your mom a hoe? This is so weird. It was just weird to me. And every time a black American would come and talk to me, it was really similar. Like all the time they were like spending so much time. I don't understand why it felt like I will have joy in my heart or feel good about myself because they are bringing down their own women. So for me, that was the only turn off. It happened multiple times, so many times, and I absolutely do not know why. It was like, no, these people can't even respect their own women. They can't even value the women that they grew up with, the women that are similar to their own mother. What makes me think that there is going to be different with me? They can't even respect their own mom. Why would they respect me? So it is the only reason, and it was a big turn off for me. So I was like, it's not just for me.
Guys, I want to know what you think in the comment section. I want to know if you have interest in dating black men. I feel like black men have this hyper masculinity that sometimes come off as very toxic. black men tend to be very toxic and aggressive. Apart from that toxic masculinity, the attitude of making women baby mama that has become a thing in black culture is also another thing that is turning people off. And as for African men, they love playing with women, like the other African girls say, right? When a white man approach you, if he don't want to marry you, if he just wants you for pressure, he will say that this is what I want. Go straight to his point, and you know that this is what this man wants from you. So when you go into dating with him, you know that this is what you're expecting. But black men, African men will always play with you. And when they are done, they will dump you to go shake somebody they will marry. But guys, I want to know what you think in the comment section. I want to know your experience, your dating, how your dating experience has been. Be safe out there. Let me see you in my next one.